Good morning, children. We have studied about Bahmani Adishas. Yesterday only we started this lesson, Bahmani Adishas. Now we have learned what are the cultural contributions of Adishas. What they did for the land of India. What were the contributions of Adishas that we are learning. What were the major or what were the important contributions of Adishas? Major or important contributions of Adishas. First one, in the field of education, Adishas made their own contributions. Adishas mainly encouraged Islamic education inside the kingdom. First of all, what we have learned, these people were Muslim kings, so that they were not by the name sultans. These people were Muslim kings, so that they were not by the name sultans. Adil Shahs were Muslim kings. They believed in Islam religion, so Islamic education was encouraged by the Adil Shahs. Islamic education was encouraged by the Adil Shahs. All the education field of Adil Shahs were centered around Islam religion, Islamic rules. Then, chanting of Quran, reading and singing, or reading clearly from the Quran was an important part of education. And you should know one thing. Quran is the holy book of Muslims. The Quran. Once I told you children that simply we cannot say Quran. The Quran will be a telling. The definite article the we are using in front of Quran because only one Quran is there. We are using the word the Mahabharata, the Ramayana, the Bible, etc. Because we are using the definite article for the Ramayana. Only one Ramayana is there. The Mahabharata we are using. Only one Mahabharata is there. And the Bible we are using because only one Bible is there. So, the Quran we are using. Reading clearly the Quran and explaining the content of Quran was a part of education during the time of Adil Shahs. Reading Quran and explaining what was there in the Quran was a part of Adil Shah's education process. Kanpurki Bira, Daulatabad, etc. were the major centers of education during the time of Adil Shahs. Why we are telling this? During the time of Adil Shahs, Kanpurki, Bira, Daulatabad, there were important cities inside the kingdom. So, Kanpurki, Bira, Daulatabad, etc. were the important or major centers of education. So many schools for Hindus and Muslims were there in these areas. And the people of these areas were highly educated. Then, during this time, Adil Shahs made madrasas in different parts of the world. Adil Shahs made madrasas in different parts of the world. Poor people and orphans anathas. Those who do not have money and orphans were given free education in the madrasas. Not only education, accommodation facilities were also given to these people, poor people and orphans. The major subject in the madrasas were Quran. Now they told that Quran is the holy book of Muslims. Quran was an important part of their study. Philosophy was also an important part of their study. Sufism and Sufi sannyasis were there during those days. Sufi sannyasis presented their own ideas. Sufi sannyasis. The ideas of Sufi sannyasis were an important part of study during this time. How literature developed during this time? Bahmani Adil Shahs protected so many writings. Bahmani Adil Shahs protected so many writers inside the palace, Aravani. And majority of the Adil Shah sultans were writers. Even the Prime Minister Muhammad Gawan was also a great poet. So, ministers, sultans, etc. were writers and poets also. They protected writers inside their palace of Ireland. And during this time, Persian language developed. Persian. So many languages developed from Persian language itself. Persian language developed inside the Persian language. Persian language developed inside the and from Persian language, Persian literature also developed inside the kingdom. Arabic language and Arabic literature also developed inside the kingdom. Urdu literature also developed. Urdu literature and Urdu poems were written by different poets during this time. Bende Nawaz was a Sufi saint. Bende Nawaz was a Sufi saint. Bende Nawaz. He was a Sufi saint. Bende Nawaz. And he was a poet also. He was a great philosopher also. This poet, Bende Nawaz, lived inside Bahmani kingdom during the time of Adil Shahs. Then, during this time, another language developed inside the kingdom. The name of that language was Deccani language. Deccani language developed inside the kingdom. Deccani language. Deccani language was used by the sultans and foreign people inside the kingdom. Deccani language later developed as Urdu language. The beginning of Urdu language was Deccani language, but later Deccani language developed as Urdu language. And we know very well one thing. In Urdu language, so many poems, stories, songs, etc. So, inside the kingdom afterwards, Urdu language was developed. Sculpture and architecture. Sculpture means making the image of anything. Making the image of anything is known as sculpture. And I told you people what is the meaning of architecture. Architecture is the art of making buildings. That is architecture. Then sculpture and architecture developed inside the kingdom. Sculpture and architecture developed inside the kingdom. During this time, Bahmani Adil Shahs made so many buildings. They made a fort, Kotte. They made a palace as Aravani. All the buildings were made in Indo-Islamic style. What is the meaning of Indo-Islamic style that we have to? Indo-Islamic style. They mixed Indian style with Islamic style and made buildings. That is known as Indo-Islamic style. Domes were there at the top of the building. Domes. Then Jamia Masjid of Kanpur. It was made by Muhammad Shah. Jamia Masjid of Kanpur. It was made by Muhammad Shah. And on the top of this building also, domes are there. Domes. Decorated domes are there. And tombs of sultans are there in different parts of the kingdom. Tombs. What is tombs? Tombs, T-O-M-B-S. Tombs are those places where the dead body of the sultans were kept. Simply they did not bury the dead body of sultans. The dead body of Bahmani Adil Shahs were kept inside very big buildings. They were tombs. Tombs also had decorated walls, decorated doors, and decorated tombs. Tombs of sultans are also the important part of architecture which was made by Bahmani sultans. Then Solar-Kamba Mosque. Solar-Kamba Mosque is there in the land of Bidar. Yesterday I told you Kalburgi and Bidar were the two capitals of Bahmani sultans. Solar-Kamba Mosque in Bidar is considered as one of the greatest contributions of Bahmani sultans. And in Bidar, one madrasa is there. Madrasa. I told you now only, Bidar and Kalburgi were the two capitals of Bahmani Adil Shahs during the olden days. In Bidar, Muhammad Gawan made a very big madrasa. What is speciality of madrasa? I have told you last time. Madrasa were educated centers for Muslim children. Now also madrasas are there in different parts of India and different parts of the world. In the madrasas of India, Muslim boys and girls are studying Quran. They are studying Arabic and other languages in madrasas. So, Bidar madrasa was made by Muhammad Gawan. This is the biggest contribution of Bahmani kings in the field of architecture. 242 feet wide width is there for the building. 242 feet. 222 feet length is there for the building. Then 56 feet height is there for the building. And inside this building, education to the poor children and orphans were free. And accommodation to the poor children and orphans were free inside this madrasa. This madrasa was made 5 centuries before. It was 5 centuries before that this madrasa was made. But now also this madrasa looks like a new madrasa. Now also this madrasa looks like a new madrasa. The Bidar madrasa is a well-known example for the architectural ability of or the architectural contribution of Bahmani Adil Shahs. See, dear children, yesterday we started one lesson. Bahmani Adil Shahs. There is a name of the lesson. Bahmani Adil Shahs. There is a name of the lesson. Bahmani Adil Shahs. Who established the Vijayanagara kings were two important kings who ruled over South India for a long time. That I have told you. Then today we have to study about. Today or now we have to study about the cultural contributions of Bahmani Anusharas. Today or now we have to study about the cultural contributions of Anusharas. What is the meaning of culture? I have told you last time. What is the meaning of culture? Culture is a way of life or a style of life is known as culture. I have my own culture. You people are having your own culture. All the people are having our own culture or their own culture. In the field of culture, what were the contributions of Bahmani Anusharas or Bahmani Sultans that we are studying? What were the cultural contributions of Bahmani Sultans? What were the cultural contributions that we are learning? First of all, we are learning the contribution of Bahmani Anusharas in the field of education. In the field of education, how many contributions did they make? Or what were the contributions of Bahmani Anusharas in the field of education that we are in? First of all, we have to understand one thing. Bahmani Anusharas were Muslim sultans. Muslim kings are known by the name sultans. They were Muslim. They believed in Islam religion. So, the education field of Bahmani Anusharas were based on Islamic rules. So, they provided Islamic education to children inside the Quran. And chanting of Quran was a part of their education. Chanting of Quran. What is the meaning of the word chanting? Chanting. Reading and singing is not chanting. Then the children were allowed to read Quran in the education institutions. They were allowed to explain the meaning of Quran also. We know one thing that Quran is the holy book of Muslims. So, chanting of Quran was an important part of Bahmani Sultan's education policy. Kanpur, Bihar, Daulatabad, etc. were the major education centers of the Bahmani Anusharas. In Kanpur, Bihar and Daulatabad, they established madrasas and other education centers for the welfare of the students. They started madrasas and schools in Kanpur, Bihar and Daulatabad. Then they established so many madrasas in different parts of the country. Inside the madrasas, poor people and orphans were given free education. Orphans means another. Poor means better. So, Bahmani Anusharas made so many madrasas in different parts of the kingdom. Inside the madrasas, poor people and orphans got free education, free accommodation. Then, Quran was a part of the education. What I told you? Bahmani Anusharas were Muslim sultans. Study of Quran was a part of their education. And study of philosophy was a part of their education. And study of Sufism was also a part of their So, during the time of Bhavani Adishas, education began to develop better than any other time. Then, literature. How literature began to develop during the time of Bhavani Adishas time literature. Sadhu. One thing we have to know first of all. One thing we have to know or one thing we have to study first of all. Majority of the Bhavani Sultans were writers. Bhavani Sultans wrote so many poems. There were so many stories. There were so many songs. Not only that, Muhammad Gawan, he was the prime minister inside the kingdom. Muhammad Gawan was also a poet. Then, not only writing poems, other than writing poems and stories, Bhavani Adishas protected some writers inside the kingdom. That means, in the palace or in the arena of Bhavani Adishas, there lived so many poets and writers. So many poets and writers lived inside the palace of Bhavani Sultans. During the time of Bhavani Sultans, during the days of Bhavani Sultans, what happened? During the time or during the days of Bhavani Sultans, Persian language began to develop. And Persian literature also began. Arabic language began. And Arabic literature also began. Urdu language began. And Urdu literature also began. Then, during this particular time, in Persian language, so many poems written by poets. In Arabic language, so many poems written by so many poets. In Urdu language also so many poems were written by great poets. Bande Nawaz, about Bande Nawaz, we had studied earlier Bande Nawaz. Bande Nawaz was a Sufi saint, sannyasi. He was a Muslim sannyasi. And he was a poet also. Bande Nawaz wrote so many poems. Bande Nawaz wrote so many poems. And he wrote so many things about philosophy also. Then, Deccani language was represented. 4 people and Bhavani Sultans spoke in Deccani language. Later, Deccani language developed as Urdu language. In Urdu language, so many poems, stories, and songs were written by great writers of this time. So, what is the meaning? During the time or during the days of Bhavani Sultans, literature developed inside the kingdom far better than in any other time. That means, Bhavani Sultans were poets. By their very nature, they were poets. And they encouraged the poets to write poems and stories and songs. Now also historians are telling that the poems and songs and philosophical works of people who lived during the time of Bhavani Sultans are great. Sculpture. What is the meaning of sculpture? Sculpture means making the image of human beings, gods, animals, trees and plants are one of sculpture. We have to know how sculpture developed inside the Bhavani kingdom. Again, what was the development of architecture during the time of Bombay Sultans? What is the meaning of architecture that I have told you more than 1,000 million crore time? Architecture. Architecture is the art of, or architecture is the style of making buildings. Architecture is the art of, or it is the style of making buildings. Architecture. During the time of Bombay Sultans, so many buildings were made. They made 4 cottages. They made palace, they made very big attractive buildings inside. They mixed Indian style with Islam style. So, Indo-Islamic style developed during the time of Bombay Sultans. By mixing Indian style and Islamic style, they made their own buildings. Jamia Masjid of Kalburgi is an important building which was made by Muhammad Shah. He was a Babani Sultan. This Jamia Masjid is clearly showing the greatness of architecture which was there during the time of Babani Sultans. This is a very attractive or decorated building. Tombs of, what is tomb? Tomb means the place where dead bodies are kept. Babani Sultans made very powerful tomb for the dead sultans. They decorated those buildings. It is also an example of Babani Sultan's architectural ability. Solarkamba Mosque is the Bidar. What is the speciality of Bidar and Kalburgi? I have told you last time. Kalburgi and Bidar were the capital cities of Babani Sultans. They had 2 capital cities, Kalburgi and Bidar. In Bidar, a famous mosque is there. What is a mosque? You know it. Mosque is a place where Muslims are doing their prayer. Solarkamba Mosque is an important mosque which was made by Babani Sultans. Solarkamba Mosque in Bidar is an example of the architectural capabilities or the architectural abilities of the Babani Sultans. Then, the greatest contribution of Babani people in the field of architecture is the Bidar Madrasa. Bidar Madrasa was made by Muhammad Gawan. It was Muhammad Gawan who made Bidar Madrasa. Muhammad Gawan made Bidar Madrasa. Muhammad Gawan was a prime minister of Muhammad Shah. That when he studied yesterday. And Muhammad Gawan encouraged art and architecture inside the kingdom. Muhammad Gawan encouraged art and architecture inside the kingdom. So he made a madrasa in Bidar. Muhammad Gawan made. In this madrasa, education for the poor people and orphans were free. Not only education, accommodation was also free for the poor and orphans inside this madrasa. This is the greatest contribution of Muhammad Gawan in the field of architecture of Babani Sultans. This madrasa had 242 feet width wide was there. So many people were able to stand inside the madrasa at that time. It had 222 feet length, 56 feet height was there for this madrasa. This madrasa was laid about 5 centuries ago. But now also, this madrasa is attracting the attention of tourists and historians. This madrasa is an example of the architecture ability of the Babri times. Dear children or dear friends, I think you are able to follow today's lesson or video. If you do have any doubt, as I told last time, if you have any doubt, you please call me in person. Thank you.